Stand or kneel behind the victim and wrap your arms around the victim's waist. Make a fist with one hand. Place the thumb side of your fist against the victim's abdomen in the midline, slightly above the navel and well below the breastbone. Grasp your fist with the other hand and press your fist into the victim's abdomen with a quick, forceful upward thrust. Repeat thrusts until the object is expelled from the airway or the victim becomes unresponsive. Give each thrust with a separate, distinct movement to relieve the obstruction. Kneel or sit with the infant in your lap. If it is easy, remove clothing from the infant's chest. Hold the infant face down with the head slightly lower than the chest, resting on your forearm. Support the infant's head and jaw with your hand. Take care to avoid compressing the soft tissues of the infant's throat. Rest your forearm on your lap or thigh to support the infant. Deliver up to 5 back slaps forcefully between the infant's shoulder blades using the heel of your hand. Deliver each slap with sufficient force to attempt to dislodge the foreign body. After delivering up to 5 back slaps, place your free hand on the infant's back, supporting the back of the infant's head with the palm of your hand. The infant will be adequately cradled between your 2 forearms with the palm of one hand supporting the face and jaw while the infant will adequately cradled between your 2 forearms with the palm of one hand supporting the face and jaw while the palm of the other hand supports the back of the infant's head. Turn the infant as a unit while carefully supporting the head and neck. Hold the infant face up with your forearm resting on your thigh. Keep the infant's head lower than the trunk. Provide up to 5 quick downward chest thrusts in the middle of the chest over the lower half of the breastbone. Deliver chest thrusts at a rate at about 1 per second, each with the intention of creating enough force to dislodge the foreign body. Repeat the sequence of up to 5 back slaps and up to 5 chest thrusts until the object is removed or the infant becomes unresponsive. Check the infant for a response and check breathing. If there is no response and no breathing or only gasping, shout for help. If someone responds, send that person to activate the emergency response system and get the AED or defibrillator.
Emergency response system, activate the AED.
Check the infant's brachial pulse. If there is no pulse, or if despite adequate oxygenation and ventilation, the heart rate is 60 per minute with signs of poor perfusion, perform cycles of compressions and breaths, 30:2 ratio, starting with compressions. After 5 cycles, if someone has not already done so, activate the emergency response system and get the AED. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
After 5 cycles, if someone has not already done so, activate the emergency response system and get the AED.
21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. I would have waited like 20 years.
Assess the victim for a response and look for normal or abnormal breathing. If there is no response and no breathing or no normal breathing, shout for help. If you are alone, activate the emergency response system and get an AED if available and return to the victim. Check the victim's pulse. Take at least 5 but no more than 10 seconds. If you do not definitely feel a pulse within 10 seconds, perform 5 cycles of compressions and breaths, starting with compressions, CAB sequence.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
Check the child for response and check breathing. If there is no response and no breathing or only gasping, shout for help. If someone responds, send that person to activate the emergency response system and get the AED. Check the child's pulse. You may try to feel the child's carotid or femoral pulse. If within 10 seconds you don't definitely feel a pulse, or if despite adequate oxygenation or ventilation the heart rate is 60 minutes with signs of poor perfusion, perform cycles of compressions and breaths, starting with compressions. After 5 cycles, if someone has not already done so, activate the emergency response system and get the AED. Use the AED as soon as it is available.
1, 2,
Rescuer 1, perform chest compressions. Compress the chest at least 2 inches. Compress at a rate of at least 100 per minute. Allow the chest to recoil completely after each compression. Minimize interruptions in compressions. Use a compressions to breath ratio of 30 to 2. Count compressions out loud. Switch duties with the second rescuer every 5 cycles or about 2 minutes. Rescuer 2, maintain an open airway using either head tilt, chin lift, or jaw thrust. Giving breaths, watching for chest rise, and avoiding excessive ventilation. Encourage the first rescuer to perform compressions that are deep enough and fast enough and to allow complete chest recoil between compressions. Switch duties with the first rescuer every 5 cycles or about 2 minutes, taking 5 seconds to switch.